Give us some of the biography here. Who is Robert Francis Prevost, his former name, and what's his personality, his approach?
Sure. Cardinal Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, was born in Chicago, but he's really spent most of his life outside of the United States. He spent a third of it in Peru and a third of it in Italy. He really says in interviews and talks that Peru formed him and shaped him. He was a missionary there. He said he did everything from fixing automobiles to teaching college-level classes, seminary classes. He came to Rome 2 years ago to lead the office that really helps the Pope identify bishops around most of the world. And because of that, it means that this man was able to really get to know most church leaders throughout the globe, and they knew him. And I think that was really critical in them looking to him in this conclave, because in a conclave where 80% of the men did not know each other, many of them did know him, and I think that certainly gave them the leg up.
Chris, that said, it still came as a bit of a surprise to many people, though in his first remarks, he focused on a lot of different things, right? Building bridges, peace and justice, being a missionary church. What do you think all of that means for the future of the Catholic Church?
Well, you're right. I mean, most people have said America doesn't need the papacy. It has too much power in the world. It's already a superpower. But I think we saw in his opening speech tonight a real global vision. He talked about the need for peace and a church that welcomes everyone. I think we saw that his eyes were set on the peripheries, like Pope Francis's were for 12 years. This is a man who has been a missionary, and so that is his concern. I think he'll bring that international perspective to the papacy, and it won't just strictly be an American one.
Let's go to Adrienne Broaddus. She's in Chicago, where the new pope was born. He grew up in the south suburbs. This is huge news for Chicago. Adrienne, what are the celebrations like there? What are you hearing from folks?
People here are excited. The energy is electric. You can feel it. When we showed up outside of this church, Holy Name Cathedral, you could hear the bells ringing, and people just flocked to this church, gathering on the steps. We spoke with a group of students with permission from their parents who were at the church for a field trip when the news spread, and it spread fast. And those kids were so excited. I'm talking about a 12-year-old who I spoke with. He said he never thought at 12 years old he would witness an American Pope, and he says this is something he will share with his children as well as his grandchildren. So he has big plans for the future there. But we're not only hearing from Catholics outside of the church, we're hearing from some of our state leaders, including the governor and the mayor. But I do want to share this statement with you from former President Barack Obama, who also hails from Chicago. He and Michelle have deep ties here, you know. He says, me and Michelle and I send our congratulations to a fellow Chicagoan, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV. This is a historic day for the United States, and we will pray for him as he begins the sacred work of leading the Catholic Church and setting an example for so many, regardless of faith. And earlier, as soon as we heard the news, we also heard from the president of Chicago Theological Union. That's where he received his divinity degree. So there's just a great deal of pride here, guys.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.